I got your back, baby dolls. Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News. We have an emergency episode today because crypto is nuking into oblivion. We've seen some insider trading happening with a big giant Bitcoin whale, which some guy came out onto Hyperliquid, put a $1.1 billion short on Bitcoin, and then hours later, we see Donald Trump coming out and basically writing a big essay about China. I am going to speak to you about Year of the Snake. We're going to speak about that insider trading whale, more StableCoin SuperCycle stuff, Binance, CZ, Aster's underwhelming airdrop, all of that coming your way and more. But first, we need some Pumpy G music now, more than ever, friends. I just want to start by showing you the Bitcoin monthly candle is actually still green, but it's doing one of these long wick spinning tops. But if we go and look at Ethereum, man, I mean, talk about, friends, it's the year of the snake and a half. Check this out. Do you look at Ethereum, friends? What a freaking scam, dude. This whole industry just scammed us. Ethereum breaks this 5-year wedge, and it literally does one candle where it retests, and the next candle, oh no, let's just go back in here. Man, that's sad. That's sad. It'll be like, what, like 7 times it's going to reject this freaking zone. Oh, man, it's sad. Very, very sad to see. I've been tweeting for the past 24 hours. I have given up on this entire year. I think Chinese Year of the Horse begins like next year, March as well. So like I've just given up on the next 6 months, completely given up. I'm not selling or anything, of course, but I'm just telling you, like, I'm just completely betrayed. It's been 4.5, 5 years of this hellhole, and looks like it's going to get worse because now we have to get rid of the 4-year Cycle Jeets, and we know they're the last ones left, right? We know they're the last ones left. And we're also seeing ETH-BTC nuke in real time as well, back down to 0.034, just continuing its disappointment as a representation of this whole cycle, just really showing everything to us in terms of what type of disappointment we've been looking at the whole time, reminding us of all the pain. A lot of people have been giving shit to Lord Vitalik, saying, you know, he doesn't care, he's a soy boy and stuff, but we all know it comes down to the business cycle. That's actually the most important part when it comes down here. So before you cast any judgment on any coins in particular and just see how bad it is, yeah, it is trash for 99% of us out there. This is the business cycle. It's still at 49. We're in a 49 PMI environment. The old seasons of the past were PMI above 52. That's when the first old season started actually for DeFi season. So, but the cycle ending old seasons is when PMI is literally 55 plus. You know, we've never even hit 52 this cycle. So I just keep reminding that to you because, you know, obviously you can have there's two approaches to this. You could just conclude everything's a scam and it's going to stay a scam forever. Or you can have my opinion, which is everything's a scam now, but maybe they will change later on. This is the short-term price action for meth. The anti-Semitic box. I mean, friends, what type of scam is this, bro? 1, 2, 3. Look at this. 4 rejections. What the hell is going on, bro? 4 quadruple top, guys. Quadruple top. So this is some artificial stuff. But what can we do, man? These are just weekly levels out here. So now we're just waiting to see. Hopefully these things... Maybe we just got to wait for Ethereum or whatever to reclaim this so it can start to move back up. Maybe that's what happens. It does some sort of V and then it actually shoots up later on. Otherwise, it's basically nuke town already. Yeah, I really have given up on the rest of the year. I really do mean that. And a lot of people as well, friends, you got to remember, everything I've been saying is unfortunately keeps coming true in terms of like, I just got a good read. We've seen this before, man. Every single time, people are like, ha ha ha, I'm going to be the genius and I'm going to sell before everybody else. No, dude, just everything starts going down. I won't be surprised, friends. A lot of 4-year cycle people, like they think we're really going to go parabolic in the next 60 days and they'll be able to get out on their sweet, sweet higher targets. But I think the market's got another thing coming for them. Okay. However, I'm still holding, of course, because the total crypto market cap is about 3.9 trillion. I mean, Nvidia by itself is bigger than us. I still think we're going to 10 trillion. I hope we're going to 10 trillion. This price action has made everyone very nervous, of course. This is the weekly chart of Bitcoin still hanging around here. Unfortunately, doing very naughty things to us, just hanging around, moving around forever. Yeah, man, I just don't know. I don't know what else to do. Like, what do we keep doing? We had 3 cycles work out in the past. We added more technology. We added more privacy. We added all this stuff to crypto. Market's lower. No alt season. which is sad. This is the S&P 500 chart, friends, that you can see in real time. So S&P 500 is down. I know it's only 2.6% from the top, but this is just one of those big daily candles, a Trump-induced candle, which I'll show you shortly. We'll see what happens through. I'll go you good news, though. Jim Cramer is really bearish. He is really bearish. It's funny. He was bullish at the top as well. We'll go through that a bit shortly after that. And as well, friends, gold. Gold is around 4,000. It has been absolutely beaming. Remember I showed you yesterday, gold, there are literally people lining up outside the store for hours in a queue just to buy some gold. I mean, talk about retailers and exit liquidity. You know, when retailers usually come out and do this, there's usually like maybe one more burst, one more like final burst, but you just never know. It might actually like just do something like that, and you never know. But gold, friends, hit an RSI 91.5 reading on its monthly, and it's literally the highest in like 50. No, it's actually an all-time high. All-time high monthly RSI. That's how dangerously overextended gold is for here. So maybe you see gold literally go sideways for 6 to 12 months. I also want to remind you as well, actually, we never covered this before, but it's very important. Gold in the past few cycles, I'll probably make another full episode on this just so everyone's aware. I'll have a quick peek here. I'll keep updating you. Gold, friends, whenever gold peaks and stops in the past few cycles, Bitcoin will then rally between 9 to 15 months after that. Okay, but you need gold to stop and stall out firstly. So you see on the right-hand side here, so it's somewhere from between 9 to 15 months. You don't know, it's a range of time. So obviously the bottom chart we've seen here is actually gold itself. See gold's giant rally, just like it did here in 2020. And then you have it before in the 2016 rally. So we don't know which one we're going to get, a long one or maybe half a long one, a short one. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. But for the most part, all of us, we can tell that gold pretty much, yes, gold has been shooting up through the highs. All the central banks are collecting it, and now it's just a wait-and-see game. Right now, live as I'm watching it, Ethereum is tapping under 4,000. Hopefully, it finds some liquidity. Maybe we'll have a quick squeeze at that as well in the short-term price action. So, yeah, just watching it right now. Ethereum tapping under 4,000. Hopefully, we get some sort of V, where this is the final one. Maybe it's fractaling itself from before. But, yeah, man, how sad is this, dude? 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections, dude. Man, this is sad. Very sad to see. What can we do? Just keep holding and coping like everyone else. Now, let's crack on with some news. So pretty much everything's been liquidating, friends, as well. Year of the Snake continues. Never trust a serpent. I think that's very obvious now. Never trust a serpent. Do you remember, friends, from the Garden of Eden? Adam and Eve walking around. Okay, they find a skateboard. They start eating jelly beans. And God says, you know, don't eat from the forbidden knowledge tree. Don't eat the apple. And then the serpent, I think there's a serpent that convinces them to eat the apple. So moving on as well. We have, friends, an enormous Bitcoin whale has put a $1.1 billion short on Bitcoin using Hyperliquid. And then hours later, Trump announces a tariff war. Okay, that's pretty much what's happened, these series of events. So what I'll now do is quickly just show you his essay right here. So you can actually, let's have a look at it, right? So you can see, check it out, right before the S&P 500. Trump considering massive increase of tariffs on China. And then this was the on-chain tracking of the big, giant $1.1 billion. Like, you understand, friends, this person, this is 100% insider information. They come out, they literally do a 10x short on like 1.1 on $100 million deposits. You know what I mean? Like 10x leverage. Like, you know how dangerous that is? Like, just for, like, if it just goes 8% the other way, you're bonked. So obviously they had like a preparation of this. They knew this way in advance. He started, I think, a day yesterday. This was Trump's essay, friends. Trump's essay is very, very long. He has some very strange things are happening in China. They are becoming very hostile and sending letters to countries throughout the world that they want to impose export controls on each and every element of production having to do with rare earths and virtually anything else they can think of, even if they're not manufactured in China. So, you know, he's going haywire. The Chinese letters were especially inappropriate considering this was the day that there is peace in the Middle East. So I think Trump's trying to run with that, saying for 3,000 years, they've never had peace in the Middle East. So we have more of these news and all these catalysts and everything. It's year of the snake, friends. Something was going to come out and ruin the party. I mean, you even heard me talking about it yesterday frequently, friends. I've been speaking, I've been just giving up on the whole year. Just like we've seen this story too many times before. where a couple of KOLs come out and they go, ha ha ha, you're all going to buy the top and I'm going to be selling on you as we move up. Newsflash, we never move up in the first place. We just go down, which is, you know, quite poetic if you just think about it. Especially, friends, remember with the Trump tariff wars, they were all expecting to sell Bitcoin at 150K plus, and then they started liquidating their portfolios at like $75,000 plus. I wonder if that's what happens. They're all expecting to sell Bitcoin at 150 to 200K by the end of this year, and there's some sort of stall that Bitcoin stops at 130, and basically it comes back down to like 116 or whatever, and they get it out all over again, expecting down for next year, but then we actually go up. So it's just been one giant tequila rally, hasn't it? Just straight tequila, straight serpentry. Not sure what we can do, friends. Bitcoin dominance around 59%, hanging around here. Yeah, it's still outrageously high anyway, so who cares? Check it out as well, friends. So 10 major global banks are collaborating on plans to launch a joint stablecoin initiative. StableCoin SuperCycle. Yes, 10 world major banks like JP Mosquito and others out here. So StableCoin SuperCycle is real and it's big. Also, when we saw this, there was a lot of XRP FUD that came with it because, you know, XRP community, they believed that the banks are going to use Ripple and they trust Ripple. That's why Ripple have the RLUSD, which is conveniently on Ethereum, which is funny, not even on their own chain. So, yeah, the banks have just said, you know what, we'll just make our own stablecoin, which is what everybody's been saying the whole time as well. I don't like seeing any of these bad news come for anyone, but that's pretty much what's been happening. If we go and check out, let's go check out everything, friends. So this is the Dow Jones on the monthly chart, hanging around here. If we go look at XRP, see what it's doing as well. XRP, friends, still hanging around here. I mean, like, friends, you know, XRP's pretty much gone nowhere for 11 months as well. So, oh, crap. This is the, oh, no. This is the bouncy ball. The bouncy ball. We know this chart. Oh, no. I hope this is a fake out. Not the bouncy ball. We all know the bouncy ball, man. Oh, gosh. You know the bouncy ball. Oh, gosh. Not the bouncy ball. We know this chart. We all know this chart. That was blockchain backers' fear as well. That lower high bouncy ball, where it just comes down and down and down and down and then just creaks. So yeah, to reverse it, you really need a big, you need to literally crack all of these, have an emphatic push up. Oh man, it's just been one nightmare after the other, hasn't it? Over and over and over again. Speaking of stablecoin SuperCycle as well, friends. So maybe by the time you watch this video, it's happening, but I'll be speaking at the pDAI conference. I'll be pretty much opening. Got a couple of stuff to go through, some good highest value content. We'll speak about, you know, like why the idea of pDAI in the first place. Why does the world even need something like this? You know, it's obviously full on speculation. Everything can go to zero. It could be zero right now. I'm expecting the thing to go down the negative numbers during my stream anyway, just as some sort of sick, twisted message, because I just completely lost faith in everything, because everything we do just gets turbo nuked. It just feels like everybody's got like horrible luck after over 4 years, but hopefully the crypto industry turns around. I'll just balance it with some friendship news, friends. So Jim Cramer is actually bearish. He's come out very quick decline, not needed on a Friday, and it could cause some heavy selling in some of the most extended stocks. So he's come out bearish. It was funny, man. He was literally bullish at the very top, the Pico top. And that's why we're like, oh no, he might actually get this one right. I can't believe it, man. He's right. He's the inverse oracle god, man. Every single time we freaking doubt him. Every time. Every single time we doubt him, he comes out, he delivers the goods. The inverse oracle god. 1.3 trillion. Morgan Stanley is lifting restrictions on crypto funds for its wealth clients. So, I mean, interesting to see the news come out on the back of this stuff. While everything is turbo nuking, you have Morgan Stanley coming out saying, you know what, we're going to allow our clients to buy it and start to take a long-term approach to all of these. But, you know, for the rest of us, we're just hoping for some relief. It's been very, very painful. Very painful. 2025, big disappointment. So is 2024. Everything's just been a total disappointment. I feel you. Speaking of disappointments and Year of the Snake, so Binance did their Aster airdrop, and it was very underwhelming. So one of the clues, just so you learn, I mean, friends, I've reported this for you many times. I made videos on these for like 2 years. When you see more than two people talking about something like an airdrop, it's game over. It's literally game over. It's a good sign. Too many people know about it already. That's what happened with Binance, Aster. So there's all these KOLs that have come out. James Wynn is even turning on them because the airdrop was tiny, pretty much. They're getting between $300 and $1,000, and they were doing all this volume, and they onboarded all these people. But that's just what happens, friends, during these periods of times when you have too many people farming the same thing because they all believe in it. They're all doing a lot of volume, right? The only way you could get a good reward is if you're in something and it literally becomes popular, like Hyperliquid. Like, it's impossible to replicate Hyperliquid. People like taking it for granted. They think, oh yeah, this is make another Hyperliquid or whatever. No, it's hard to make, firstly, a good product, number one, and number two, to have no hype for it because not too many people believe in it. Literally impossible. If a lot of people believe in something, it gets priced expensive at the start, and then the founders just launch a token and they just dump. They just take their money, they cash out because you make them too rich too fast, right? It's very hard to get a combination of that as well. So the Aster airdrop, underwhelming. Most people, they're like boycotting it now. Everyone's snapping, but there's pretty much, what can we do? You know what I mean? There's been like an overnight movement. Like, you know, they're making CZ the bad guy again. Because what? Because markets are nuking. What else can we do, friends? Literally, there's nothing we can do. We're fully helpless in these scenarios out here. CZ. So CZ's made some tweets, friends. He says, there is no investment link between Binance Labs and Hyperliquid. Its founder, Jeff, joined a 2018 program under Yeezy Labs, which later failed. So CZ made these long posts. People are interpreting it as a sign of weakness because he made this very long post saying like, oh yeah, I know Jeff, and his first project failed. That's pretty much the interpretation from everyone out here. No one really know what to make of it when it comes to that, but it's pretty much, friends. It seems to be just some sort of like Soylana ghost spirit fractal coming out, but you need new people coming in the casino. Ultimately, we don't have that. We don't have that. We need a higher PMI environment. That's what it comes down to. The Bank of England, friend, has called for stronger stablecoin regulation. So I'll put that in as well, just to show you, like, even throughout all this terrible news, right? And even like I've shown you the picture here. This is Year of the Snake. This is Ethereum resting on this stupid wedge. It feels like it gets worse and worse every day, man. So even we go through all this pain, StableCoin SuperCycle is a common theme. It's a common factor throughout all of this turmoil. And what I want to now do is show you the racist Russell 2000. Remember the racist Russell 2000? It's US small caps. So it might be a nice proxy for the business cycle, friends. And racist Russell 2000 has, of course, shown us how absolutely anti-Semitic, racist, bigoted, transphobic it is right now. Obviously, going through the highs, coming again for another Takia moment. Literally lying to us in a holy war out here. I mean, like, it's poetry, isn't it? Year of the Snake, deception everywhere. It's very just sad that, you know, it's taken us this long really to talk about it because we're just so hopeful. We're like, no, Year of the Snake, that could be good. That could be good. In Chinese mythology, the snake's good. Serpents are cool. No, they're not. They're not cool. They're never cool. They're never cool, friends. They're never good. Like, that's just, it's not, dude. It's not. I mean, if I go put a snake in your room, how are you going to react? There you go. What if I put a horse in your room? You're going to pat it. What if I put a frog in your room? You're going to pat it. Yeah? Many things. What about if I put a turtle? Yes. What if I put it like, you know, a bull? Of course, we pat it. Okay, I put a snake. It was written in the stars. So, where to from here? Well, obviously, Pulse Chain is turbo nuking in real time with everything else. Everything's sad. It's just everything's horrific. It's been, yeah. I think it's everyone. I know how everyone feels like they've been wasting. You're wasting the last 5 years because you don't mind if you kind of like go up a little bit, where you're like, oh, I was expecting to make more, but no, it's just like it's taking the piss. Like, oh, you're down 80 to 90%, and you waited 5 years. Yeah, so like you paid with price, and you've paid with time, and people come in 4 or 5 years after you, and they get to buy like 5 times your supply for free. So that's just the part with literally all the coins. I mean, like Chainlink, friends. Chainlink was $20 in August 2020, and now it's $20 now. Just to give you an idea, you know. So that's more than 5 years as well. I'm just using that as an example because Chainlink's used everywhere, avoided by the SEC. Yeah. The only things that were really rocketing, I mean, like, you know, even XRP's gone nowhere in 11 to 12 months. It's come back, you know, it's towards its 2017 prices as well. So yeah, no matter where you look, it's all garbage. This is the OTHERS-btc chart. So even though gold, friends, gold has pumped up, remember, like, it seems like it might happen again, where now that gold's hopefully topped out, it's like had extremely high readings on its volume footprints. It seems like gold here, okay, if this really is some sort of top, maybe like as gold goes down over time and then it does something like that by the end of the year, and then this period might be that 9 to 15 months period of crypto actually running, Bitcoin rallying. You know, we just don't know the time. Most people, though, calling for the 4-year cycle. Most people are still hopeful for that. It's kind of funny. I've got a feeling this is just going to kill everybody's hope. They're all going to get out. So it will be interesting because the thing is, well, friends, a lot of the 4-year cycle believers, they really think, most of them, they want to sell like 150 to 180 plus. They want to sell above 150 by the end of the year. Yeah, they want to sell at 150 by the end of the year. I wonder if we're going to do blockchain backers' little taquilla scam move where Bitcoin runs up, stops at like 135. You know, everyone thinks 150 is next, right? So no one's selling yet. But then there's a like that, where that happens. And then this will be all the 4-year cycle. They'll be leaving at that point. It's been 4 years at that point, you know, because they're all expecting 2026 to be bad. So I wonder if that's how it plays out, because obviously what they hope is, everyone hopes Bitcoin goes to like 150. Okay, they get out and they walk by and they just buy back in 12 months. That's standard 4-year cycle stuff. But with the US Fed and the liquidity and everything that we've seen, they haven't started the money printers or anything out here. So you can catch me soon, friends. I'm going to try record my pDAI conference stuff. So I just want you to pay attention as well. From today's episode, what you've seen is markets are nuking. The world's gone to shit. It's year of the snake. But every day, there's still StableCoin SuperCycle information. Have you noticed that? It's like the core underlying theme. There's just stablecoin information everywhere. They want to regulate it. They want to talk about it. They want to introduce it. They want to support it. See that common theme? It's happening everywhere. Stablecoin SuperCycle, right? That's why if a prophecy happens with pDAI, it'll be like a unicorn winner. And it'll get the attention of the whole industry because everyone understands stablecoins, right? So don't forget who loves you, friends. We've got Jim Cramer bearish. I've already given up on the rest of the year, even if there's a recovery. And what I mean by, like, you know, what I think by the end of the year could be like, you know, just Ethereum hitting 5,500 and everyone thinks 6K coming and then it just stops around or something. So that's why I'm just like, you know, just protecting myself mentally for that. It's been a great journey to hell. Let's keep going. Like, subscribe, catch you in the next one.